gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know say me I think of flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away me say. I fi take away me say. I fi utilize I wings. Shorty I clean where I ease. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you?
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco. I'll be linking up with Flavius in a few minutes. So in the meantime, I want you to just make sure you have your favorite drink this morning. Whatever your favorite drink is, make sure you have your favorite drink. For in the meantime, we'll be right back with Flavius.
I have to utilize I weeds. Shorty, I a clean pair of heels. I say, yeah. Been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a masochist who won't play your game, to how you move your arm, me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away us.
Yes, the music of Tafina. Take with myself. We got Flavius with us on the line. Flavius, are you with us?
Morning, Franco. Morning, listeners. Yes, it's getting to be sunny morning in Enfield. It's not as bright as it usually is, but it's pushing out. It's getting there, and I think it will get there today. So, how are you doing?
I am good. Just here
Wonderful.
watching the birds flying around and
Okay.
seeing the numbers on the rise as the COVID spikes in the USA, Europe,
Yes.
and also across
Yes.
Africa as well. So, it's not
Oh, wow.
in one place only, it's all over the place. But in the US,
All over the place.
it's in 50 states now. And
Mm-mm.
people are asked if you're gonna do Thanksgiving, stay home and do it with your immediate family. Don't travel. If you do travel or you wanna
Yeah.
hang out with family member, it's best you get them to test, and that's gonna be 14 days. Then again, somebody might be tested negative, and yet still they are a carrier. So you never know. So people are
Oh, yeah.
asked to be
Oh, yeah.
careful. Be careful.
That's as most as we can do. Yes.
This morning
We
before
we,
we
we
get
can be careful.
this morning before we get into any did you know, I played this song last Thursday and Friday, and
Okay.
I'm gonna hit it back this morning. It's Monday morning, and I want you to
Okay.
be on your in a bright mood because they call Monday Blues, and this one is from the late great Millie Small, and I say
Okay.
great because she was one of those artists, female artists who burst out in Europe. So this song, "Oh My
Oh, yeah.
Sugar Plum" by Millie Small.
Okay.
Well, this one is a bombshell. Well, this one is a bombshell.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
Tribute to Bob Marley. Tribute to Bob Marley. The music of Mr. the late Roddy Thomas. Just let me remind you, it's the late Roddy Thomas. Big tune. Earlier you heard also from Charlie Cross and Audrey Hall, moving up again, and also from the late, another late, great Miss Millie Small, Oh My Sugar Plum. So Flavius,
Yes, sir.
that was your singer. One, oh no, one of your singer.
Yeah, man, one of my most favorite singer. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I should say. One of your favorite singer. I
Yeah,
forgot.
almost took me down when he went.
Uh-huh. It was a shocking
Yep.
blow, huh?
'Cause I spoke to him in the morning. 'Cause I was very close to him at that time. He was doing the festival,
Mm-hmm.
and he said they're going to Port Antonio for with the girl on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was listening. I was listening. The radio was on. I don't remember what show. And then they just say, "Oh, something tragic has happened in Portland. Something tragic has happened." As him said that, my phone ring, and a guy who was doing a DJ part with him on the song, and him called me. I mean, know exactly what happened.
Mm.
He died on the stage.
Oh, he was on stage.
Yeah, but he was performing. Mhm. He can go away and say, boy, he left doing what he loved so
I
much.
was about to say he's one of them who can say him left doing what him love, you know?
Yeah, man.
Right. All right.
That was a hard blow, man.
I
Hard blow.
understand. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one of the songs that I love that Roddy did was a remake of Dabby Dobson Loving Papa.
Oh yeah. Well.
I think him even do it better than Dabby, because
Yeah, man.
it was a hit. It was a hit for him
He
back in.
created he created the it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Back in those days, it was a hit.
Yeah, he
So.
created the it. Not Dabby. He created the it for that song. Yeah.
Hmm.
But man, you have to listen to him sing. Man, I have a whole of songs, and I can tell you stories.
I hear
One
you.
of the nicest voices I've ever heard. Anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, this one sound good. Really, I say it was a tribute to Bob Marley.
Yeah, he wrote it. Yeah, and he was invited to to JBC
Hmm.
on Bob Marley's birthday,
Okay.
and he performed it live. And the Bob Marley boys, they was there, man, tears in them eyes.
Mm.
Them couldn't believe it. Yeah, man. I was there with him. And he's very, very soulful. So when him singing it,
Hmm.
you can feel it. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get into Did You Know so we can bring in Teddy this morning
Okay.
with the
Yes, yes.
really current news in Jamaica, the Caribbean,
Yes.
and around the world. So we're going to ask our lovely lady, Alison Goodness, to take it away this morning once again. Did You Know is brought to you courtesy of Slowly Jamaica, uniquely Caribbean. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for another segment of Did You Know. We'll be dealing with the Caribbean Basin Initiative.
This is Pam Hall, and I'm inviting you to hang out with Flavius and Franco on the Real Stuff podcast. They're such great company.
Yeah, man, this is Santi representing right now for Frank and Flavius on the Real Stuff podcast. Kayewa, the man, them are real, revolutionary, real revolutionaries, real revolutionaries in Jamaica. So keep it locked, the people. Real Stuff podcast. And you hear that? Santi represent. Yeah, man, this is Santi representing right now for Frank and Flavius on the Real Stuff podcast. Kayewa, the man, them are real, revolutionary, real revolutionaries, real revolutionaries in Jamaica. So keep it locked, the people. Real Stuff podcast. And you hear that? Santi represent.
Longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away. Life of a wave will carry you down when the money in the bank gets shorter. And the bills are coming and you're caught in between the devil and the deep blue water. I know say that when you come home my yard and the people them I look them sober. So you do what you can cause a man is just a man and you don't make the people them sober. And you pray to the Father when the This tribulation I go in, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away. I say time have a way to test your faith, so you got to have enough endurance. One day at a time, just keep on trying, cause time carry no insurance. No matter how the situation hard, things can only get better. Just have some faith, everything I go great, cause nothing ever lasts forever. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go in, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright.
As the man Wayne Harmon say, it's all right. We have to hang on a little bit longer. We have with us none other than Mr. Teddy Laidley.
Yeah, top of the morning to you and the listeners. How you all doing out in Raiderland there?
Good on this side. Flavius, how you doing on your side? I can't hear Flavius.
Oh, we just
Yeah, man, we can't work without him for the time until him get back. I think him have some reconnection.
No, it's just a matter of just looking at the impact of the. And so the question that we constantly asking whether global warming is a figment of our imagination.
It's not. I don't think it is. I know it's not.
And the situation is a similar situation that is taking place currently in Jamaica. The government recently gave approval for mining inside of the St. Anne's, one of our dry arbor mountain for mining of limestone. And so the question that keeps coming up, that's why the grass is growing, the donkey is starving. And that is, for persons who are listening in, it is safe to wait until progress come along to benefit from it. But for me, it's a little bit different. And why it's a little bit different? We see the effect of what's happening globally. How the tapestry of our landscape have been changing because of, let's for example, river courses that were dried for a while.
Filling back up
of the land again, create landslide. And last weekend offshores across the country and making road impassable, also making ponds overflow.
We're having some bad connection. So
Are you not hearing me?
I'm hearing you keep breaking in and out.
Yeah.
And I can't hear Flavius either. Flavius don't seems to be here. He's online, but I can't hear him.
I am
Yeah, well,
I'm not talking, but I'm
Okay.
Yeah, man. So the question that, am I coming through clear? Or am I still breaking?
You're still breaking in and out.
Whoa. All right. Tell you what.
Hi, I am Alison Goodness, and you are watching the Real Stuff podcast with Flavius and Franco. Uniquely Caribbean.
Yeah, we'll be linking up back with Teddy in a few minutes. So Flavius and I just want you to listen to some music until we get back Teddy on the line. Okay? So here is one, Save Mankind from Rastonai.
Save mankind. Oh, yeah. We have to do it in this time. Yeah, yeah, me. Your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time. Lord, your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. In an attempt to save mankind. See Jah have the rod of correction. We cramp and paralyze Satan. We cannot be silent, have to take some action. Action, action. Yes, we have to tell every nation to spread more love and creation. You know we have to do it for our own protection. We need more love, not hate, around us every day. So we have to go down on our knees and pray. Got to be strong as we trot and go along. Keep it moving in a positive direction. Hey, hey, Jah loving it is so divine. Better keep Jah on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time. Lord, Jah loving it is so divine. Better keep Jah on your mind. In an attempt to save mankind. Say fire burn them red. Them a must be sick in a them head. Why man a war and a shoot each other dead? Hey, stop the killing, I said. And a too much hungry to be fed. We need more love and compassion down here instead. Even though it rough, me say we can't afford to lose it. Life you want to live, me say that you have to choose it. Can't just attack talk of your work and prove it.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Even though we tough, we have ambition. So fight against your sister and not kill your brother, man. Cause if I war you are deal with, we can't live long.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Divine. Better keep ya on your mind. Loving one another till the end.
Save Mankind, the music of Ras Tonai. Words of wisdom, my people. Words of wisdom. Make sure you take heed. You're the man that's a flavious.
Yeah.
Peer,
Oh, yes.
why? Mankind a kill off mankind. For what?
Sometimes, yeah. Yes.
And I want to
No
tell
good
you,
reason.
I want to tell you, I don't know, but politicians have a lot to do with it too. And the reason why I say that because I'm seeing it play out here in the US.
Oh, yeah.
Here Teddy comes back again. All right, let's bring him back, Teddy.
Save mankind. For you. We have to do it in this time. Yeah, yeah, me. Your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your mind. Loving one another till the end of time. Lord, your loving it is so divine. Better keep ya on your
Yes, we have with us again, Teddy Laidley. Sorry about that, Teddy.
Yeah. No, man, you call it technical bitches. Yes, the situation.
Yeah.
Just for our listeners, what we were just discussing briefly was the Portobello Mountain, also called the Dry Harbor Mountain in St. Anne's, Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And what have happened? There is a cry from the environmentalists and residents in the area who are saying that the mining of the mountain will defending it from an economic point of view. And so recently the Andrew Holness administration has been it emerged that the Prime Minister and he's also Environment Ministry in July signed off a recommendation reversing the decision of the National Environmental and Planning Agency.
Okay.
Now, they are properly called NEPA. And so they are the one that grant permits for mining. The defense in terms of economic benefit is to look at to say how many jobs it will come into the government coffers in terms of tax, and over 100 jobs is expected to come from this. Yes, that is fine. They're looking at as a catch-22, whereas we are saying that we're going through some financial difficulty as a nation because several companies their job. And so the defense is we have a natural resource that can generate the country. That is that is the point being defended by the stakeholders to say, here it is, we're only using a portion. We're looking at 123 acres out of 560. There is enough acreage that can be mined and we make some money from. But again, global warming, as I said earlier on, is real.
Yes, it
We
is.
having we seeing the effects taking place right now with the rise will result from the CO2 increase.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as far as I concerned, there is the second time around that a petition is going to be um, m- mounted for persons to sign to take to the ago. We had issues up into the cockpit country where bauxite company want to come in and mine and then we look at it as sources. It provide a nesting for what do we call it nature in terms of certain species. And we go back to what we have I said earlier. While the grass is growing, is the donkey starving? And so
While the grass is growing, the donkey starving.
donkey starving. Because in this
Yeah,
case, the
but
country is starving. No. I just want to make the point. They are saying that we lost job, we lost our major income earner. Here it is. We have a natural resource. We can capitalize on it, and it bring in income. But we're talking about the long term effect.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Long term effect.
Behavior like
but
this.
my
Now,
my,
I
my opinion, Teddy,
yes,
my opinion is that I have not seen over time where any kind of mining is helping the country. But these mining are only helping some special interest groups
no.
and them
Well,
alone. And them alone. I don't see anybody because we have mining in the rivers in St. Mary and the communities don't have any road. And they are mining the
no.
sand out of the river and they're not even using any on our roads. So we not benefit at
Is
all.
what yeah, that is what always happens. It is the I tell you what, this is designed. I mean, many of the natural resources again, it's for the profit of the minority, not the majority. And even in terms of land restoration, nothing, because as far as they're concerned, although the agreement says you must restore the land after you finish mining, nobody is held accountable to do that by this coming week, right? As a bauxite company. Now, for years, persons within that area have been complaining how the dust nuisance have affect agriculture, affect their livelihood, affect their life because persons said the dust from it, when inhale, it affects persons. And nobody seems to know both present government or previous government don't want to address the situation because here it is, you don't want to talk out because it might affect you economically, but at the end of the day, we're killing our people. That's the bottom line. And that's the reality that is taking place. Yes, bauxite is good. Yes, bauxite have been helping the country. But what we're saying is that the flip side to it, we are now leave on our environment a red mud lake that is damaging the water table, the underground water table. And that's I don't have to be a scientist to know that. I don't have to know. You know, what I mean, there's a lot of things that goes with mining that affect our underground water situation. And as far as I'm concerned, I always say to people, where is it we're going to get more water from? There's a song say we are all in this thing together. We got to work it out. I don't know if you remember that song.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not because you
Yeah,
live up on the
where
hill and I live way down on the ground.
in the valley, there you go. We are all in this thing together. Where are we going to get more water from? If the rainfall is ceasing because of the CO2, the increase in CO2 across the atmosphere, we're pushing up because of industrialization taking place. We're sending things up in the air and it's coming back as acid rain. It's all affecting us. No, we just talk about this is what the 30th storm in the Atlantic region. You know, this is history because normally by this time of the year, the storms should have been subsided.
Yeah, man, everything should be more cooler. And,
There you
the
go.
hurricane season die
Another
out.
one is now, another one is now in the region. I remember years ago there is a beach that is located in St. Catherine, which is close into the city called Elcher Beach.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to Elcher Beach and we had also walk down to the water. No, the water is meeting us at the shop because there was a thing where you sit down and you have food
Mm-hmm.
and tables and everything, and then you walk down to the beach.
So the water coming up
No, the
now.
beach, the water is where you know eating the food.
Mm-hmm.
That is telling us something is wrong. There are several. Recently, there was a documentary on the local television that talked about the mangroves and how the mangroves protect the shoreline of Jamaica in terms of storm surge and sea level, and it's also help with with fishing and all of that as a nursery. What is happening that we are draining the mangroves to put up hotels and apartments and all of that? We're draining it. We need how much, you know, documents tell you need how much replanting of the mangroves. And people don't seem to care about it because, oh, we're making money. Yeah, we're making money for a better lifestyle. But how can it always said, how can you make the wealth over your health and then use the wealth to sustain your health? That's the bottom line. So if you make all of this money and you spend it on maintaining a health, it should be health over wealth. And when we look, you know, just recently during this whole episode of the rain and the landslide and everything, now the government is saying that we're now going to have to take a serious look and working out some logistics in terms of where we're putting our houses. Because it's simple. You're making housing out of it, make it so not affordable. So a lot of people have to be squatting on land and putting up houses where they best see fit. Why is it that we're not looking at housing stock and housing solution where people can have affordable living instead of perching on hillside? And it's now we're going to take a look at it when you have for years a ministry of housing and different organizations that relate to housing solution and housing stock. You know, it's kind of frightening. It's frightening. My virgin, it's frightening.
So Flavis,
You know.
Flavis, you were saying that mining
Yeah.
don't contribute nothing to the country.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it doesn't, you know, because when you look at the record in terms of
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you, Franco.
Yeah, I want to hear what
When
you
the
said.
people come
Yeah.
and the mine like the sand,
Mm-hmm.
the communities don't get $1.
Nothing. Go back to
I
the
think they
community.
pay a license. I think that no, I think they pay a license fee, and
Mm-hmm.
that goes to the government. I don't know where in the government that goes to, and I don't know how much it is, and I don't know how it is calculated. If it is a one-time fee or based on how much at the sand you take up or whatever. Because we have trucks on our road 24/7, literally. And of course, the trucks are big and heavy and they mash up the road. And when our road in a deplorable condition, them would even help fix the road. They would even give sand to help fix the road. It is for me. I take and I go. I don't. We need a transparent thing to know that if mining is being done, there is some relationship between how much of the product is taken out and what's the cost of it and who gets that money and how is that money spent. Because you have a lot of communities that mining is happening. Mining is happening around the junction with the Wag Water. Mining is happening in Enfield now with the Dry River. I don't see we benefit anything. Literally, I don't see it. Our roads are in very bad condition, and the trucks them contribute to it more and more. But all we see
What
is you know
what
trucks and
does
trucks.
that mean, Franco? What does that mean, Franco? What we're saying is that there is no trickle down effect from
Mm-hmm.
the mining.
Mm-hmm.
And so the bottom line is, like I said, here it is. If you come into a community, right, and you're going to mine, then like Phil said, look at the road. So therefore, you have proper road. So okay, the community better from benefit from better road. So just apart from us giving permits for these countries, there's supposed to be some things that are put in place. Just like I said, you mine out the sand. All right, good. Have you put in the Gideon basket or putting in things that does not cause, whenever the river come down or whenever we have massive rain, it doesn't affect the community. What is it that you're putting in place? That's what we're looking at. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't just come in, right, and mine from the community, and how does it affect the community? As I said, if you're going to mine, our person is it creating job for the community? That is one. And what are the restoration that's supposed to be placed in the contract to say, here what happened? What when we look at, for example, a sand basin, is it that you're going to mine there for 2 years, 1 year, or whatever? Because it can be an open season that you're constantly mining, and you're taking out, and then it affects us because of what you're doing. So yes,
And
if it's a 2 years contract, you mine for 2 years. After the 2 years, then you must make sure that things are being restored before you move out. That's all. That's
but
all we're saying,
but
and
another
let the
thing,
community benefit.
another thing about this particular mining thing, is that it will cause a serious dust nuisance. And we're talking about
Yeah,
the health of the people and all these things. And nobody's
yeah. So
really looking into that, you know?
yeah, and so it's the same thing, and the same crime that is taking place from the bauxite company across.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, same thing.
there's one gentleman who was saying that okay, he said we cannot get water. He said it's for years they're not able to drink rainwater that come off the roof, and it's seriously
Oh yeah.
because when the dust settle on the roof and it goes and the rain falls again, because again the situation is the poor distribution of water within many of these communities. They have to rely heavily on rainwater harvesting, right? Now, again, when you look at many of the mining areas, it does not attract rainfall, and that's the reality. A barren area does not attract rainfall. A forest area attract rainfall. That's common sense. So you
So
know it,
Flavius, you have to go talk to your MP, man, and make the man know, so
no,
boy.
no, 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 no. Talking to him, no, no. What we are
Emu,
saying is
Emu.
To your
no,
MP.
no, no. It's not about just talking to MP. What we are saying is that here the problem that I have. You cannot set up a body that's supposed to oversee environment and planning and logistics,
Mm-hmm.
right? That grant permit, that you give the authority to grant permit to oversee any little thing that goes on. And then when you turn around, you reverse a recommendation that they made. They are saying that we are not going to grant this. You give them the authority to say, okay, fine. Anybody that is going to do any mining, anybody that is going to put up any building, anybody is going to put up apartment, anybody going to put up any land must get permission. And then this organization does what we call to find the best word. The bottom line is that they look and see if it is feasible and if it creates an environmental impact in terms of what you're carrying out. Does it carry an environmental impact? And if it does, we're not going to grant you permission or grant you a license to carry out your activity. Right? You set up that body to be the environmental watchdog for the country. And then you, as the government, turn around and reverse the recommendation.
That means they are useless.
So the question, there you go.
Yeah, they are
There
useless.
you go. There you go. So therefore that organization supposed to have been closed down. So if
Franco,
a government is in place, my argument.
this organization is not an organization that is just have some technocrats or whatever sit down there in them office, you know. This is an organization that has all the experts that can
And
go
so
out and assess
my
the situation. And when
my
they
thing
do,
is,
you
yeah,
say, okay, we're not busy with that. We want them to get the license anyway. Anyway.
because my thing is, and what bothers me, that Jamaica is a small, just like the rest of the Caribbean, small developing state that global warming will affect. Because a good sized tsunami can damage this country on recovery. It will take years for it to recover, right? And so what I'm looking at, if there are persons who have plans to live in a bigger mainland country after they destroy this little piece of rock, if that is their intention, but my intention is that I have all intention of living on this piece of rock for the rest of my life. And so it concerns me when we put persons to take care of our situations, to put policies in place that we are able to live. And it goes back to what we have said on this program, a place to live, work, raise family for 2030. That means I won't be able to live, I just have to work and raise a family because of environmental concern.
Need
It
to
means
fix.
look at what is happening. We supposed to be looking seriously on our garbage disposal. And the garbage, when it run down to our harbor, it chokes the marine life. It chokes the mangroves.
Kill
And
it.
and
Kill
for
it, yeah.
years, I have seen on videos where certain landfill has what you call a grinder. You put anything you put in a car and it is grind it up. And I am saying to myself, why can't we put these things in place to grind up our garbage smaller than it is, right? Why can't we put in grills? Because we know we have one of the largest gullies or drainage in Jamaica. We call it the Sandy Gully, right? And we know where the mouth of these gullies empties out into the harbor. And the question is, why can't we trap the garbage before it goes into the harbor? What is so difficult? Why can't we put in place a program where I start from a community level, where we deal with our garbage from a community level, where we learn and put in place separation of our garbage? So it's not everything goes into the landfill. Some of the things that we can be recycled and reused, stay in the backyard or find other uses with. Why can't we just look at our garbage situation, control our garbage so it doesn't affect the marine life? Why can't we look at mining and say, yes, we need mining, yes, it will work, but here are the conditions of mining. When you mine out, you're going to stay within certain number of years. You're going to have to restore the land. You're going to prevent dust nuisance. So therefore, it doesn't affect the immediate environment. You're going to talk about road restoration and habilitation. So all the heavy trucks so the question is, leave the community a better place than when you come to see. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to mine within a community or area, leave it a better place for the people. Because I always said, when you come in with your heavy equipment and you do whatever you're doing, you are leaving. These people, this is their life. This is where they've been living all these years. Yes, we understand the economic situation that we're going through, and we have to look at another alternative, because tourism, as the number one foreign exchange earner in Jamaica, have been given a slide. Remittance have been given a slide because remittances is trickle down effect. Money that being earned from person that sent to relatives here. That is going on. So we have to look at mining as another source. But yes, we understand that. We know that bauxite over the years contribute to the economic impact of our country. There's no two ways about that. But the question that we keep on asking over the years, why is it that we're earning far less? Why is it that the byproduct of bauxite costs us more? And I think that's the reason why years ago a levy was imposed. Why is it that we sell out for so little and nothing? And then when the goods return to us, it costs us more. Why can't we, even if we're going to do the mining, why can't we then go up the value chain? Instead of we sending out the bauxite or the ore to countries for it to mine, why can't a smelting plant be established in Jamaica? So we go through the whole process.
So
why does take the raw material?
And no answers they're giving us.
You understand? We know that mining play a critical role. There's no two way about that, because many of the other Caribbean states do not have the resources. Aggregates, they don't. And so that's why near our airport, there's a port that we can aggregate down to the other smaller islands. We understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But all we are saying, leave the communities far better place than when you first started. If you're going to drive on the road, part of the deal is restore the road so it can take the high density of traffic that the truck is going to, because when you look at a sleepy community, a rural community that is sleepy, that these tons of trucks pass daily, air pollution, the carbon that is coming from the truck, the noise the truck is making. These are sleepy communities that these heavy duty vehicles don't pass through. And then you come there with your noise pollution, your environmental pollution from it, right? And then at the end of the day, you leave the community worse off than what you find it. You damage the road and you don't talk about road restoration.
You know, based on what you're talking, Teddy, I am told that it's the same thing they do, the oil companies them do in countries, like for instance, in Venezuela, before Chavez took over, they were doing the same thing. The U.S. government or oil companies were pulling out the oil out of the rural part of Venezuela, and they weren't building no road. Everything was the same, mall road. They do it in Iraq too. So Chavez came in and run them out. And as soon as he run them out, he build roads and show the people them said this is what they were supposed to be doing. They're sucking out the oil, but they're not building the roads so that we can have better roads for donkey and farmers can use. And yeah, the same thing you mentioned, with the mining companies. Flavius, I see it in a field neighborhood as well.
No, that's what and these colonizers did it, and we are our eyes are opening now. I just said what was hidden from the wise and food and revealed to the babe and suckling.
Yes.
For years, if you look at the railway in India and many other countries, when the British was there, they make sure they run the rail right to the port where the product now can move from the port to overseas. They didn't make it right across the country where it should have benefited the country. They make it from where they're taking the raw material to the port. And that's as far as they're concerned.
I don't
Right?
think
And the
none
same
of
thing I mean in our country.
these guys want to do anything constructive for communities like Flavors. This is where they say they want the community to be backward the same way. So they can run over it.
Yeah, and so yes, and then they come with their
Can we switch?
Mm-hmm.
Can we switch a
yeah
little?
man. Yeah man, my intent was to switch a little, but we just wanted to see the impact of the weather.
Yeah, I am hearing. In fact, I've got a thing on my phone that Barbados is about to take a big step today.
Mm-hmm.
They are moving the Lord Horatio Nelson statue from the what you call it, National Hero Square to a much less prominent location. Because I remember a few months ago we had this whole thing about getting away these statues and all that. And they decided that they weren't going to take them down and destroy them, but they can move them to a less prominent location.
Okay.
Yeah, because what started to happen, we started to learn about the true history of these persons that the statue represented.
Yes.
And our eyes are now open to these things. And that's the point you're saying. Years ago, we used to accept a lot of things that now, years after, we're not going to accept it because now we are questioning things. Years ago, it was told to us, and we believe, just like what was being told to us in school about Christopher Columbus did discover the West Indies. He did not discover anywhere because people were here. People were traveling the ice seas long before he arrived. But then it goes on in history
the fact of life, Teddy, the fact of life is that he was lost.
Yes.
He was totally lost.
Right?
And then him grabbing the praise, say him discover. You can't discover somewhere that when you reach there, people are there already, going on with them life.
Not only that, but people are traveling the land far back and forth, but they didn't. You see, the difference is that when they leave and they go to wherever they travel to the world, they didn't make no announcement. They go where them going. Just like, for example, you live where you live, and you've been coming into my area for a lot of time. I never know. And I come down to you and I discover this whole plateau of land and everything. And one then, oh my God, what all this beautiful scenery and picturesque scenery. Oh, what a beautiful place. And then I stamp my name down there because I might have a little bit of more wealth in terms of monetary wealth, and I can put certain things in place and then name after me. Because remember that's what happened. Because if you understand, Africa was named after somebody, and a lot of other places being conquered named after people that had little contribution to the place. But anyway, let us change and look at what happened in the Caribbean. I see a good friend of north, Franco, to the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo,
Okay.
send a congratulatory message to the fifth term um, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines,
Gonzal.
Mr.
Yeah.
Gonzalez, right? And wish to have a continuous and fruitful relationship with the Caribbean. Now, the question is, you send a congratulatory message within the Caribbean, and your boss can't now concede to said that there is a new president in waiting,
President elect.
right? And so the other thing that we hope the CARICOM region does, and unlike what happened under this present administration, where the last time the Secretary of State visited the region, and I remember Barbados Prime Minister lashed out against it because they were selective, which includes Jamaica because his visit was to Jamaica, where the Secretary of State had a selective meeting with CARICOM members, selected CARICOM members meeting here in Jamaica. And I remember Maya Motley, she lashed out against it and
Not she
said,
alone, a lot of them, because I think it was very rude to do something like that.
yeah, it will come. And well, you notice the thing about it, Flavor.
Well, he's
is
one
what
of
they
the
call
worst. He's one of the worst Secretary of State.
Well, put it this way. My point is that we call divide and rule. And this have been going on since slavery. Come on, we know it. We know what have been taking place. The Willie Lynch syndrome, divide among yourself and then you can control. And so he came here to the region, and so the region should have said, if it's not, it's one for all. I remember the story that been once told to me about this white person went out to one of the African countries, and some children was playing, and he put some food a little distance away and called all the kids together and said, the first one go down there will to take the food. They must run to see who reach. And all the African kids hold hands together and walk down. And he asked, why did you want? He said, when all of us walk together, then we all eat together. What you wanted to do was all of us being divided, only consumed by one. And that's exactly what has been happening ever since. They come in and they split up and they divide us for us to fight against each other in order for them to benefit. I remember sending a video over to you, Flavors, that show how the educational system are being used to divide us. Meanwhile, in years ago, the emphasis was placed on skill, because remember, when slavery ended, it was the black man who had the skill. The white man didn't have it because he was slave. He was the one that is doing the work. So he had to devise creative ways to get the work done in as less time as possible. And they closed down, look at it, they closed down all the skill training and talk about, get academia. Yeah, academia is good. But somebody at my grandmother said, you with a skill can never go hungry.
That's true.
A shoemaker will never go hungry. A carpenter will never go hungry. A skilled man will never go hungry.
Call them professionals.
Here you go.
Yep. Yeah.
And we're not going to say that the farmer have the right over a person who write a book. We're not saying that. But one of the things about it, again, is that I always look at our country and see that the people who that we send abroad to create foreign exchange are not many of our skill. We still use hotel workers to continue to make up beds and waitress and all of that, and still use our people to go pick fruit from a farm. Why can't we then, train our people in specific skill areas? Why can't we have a silicone, we call it a silicon, in our region? We have bright people who are technological within the Caribbean. We have people who are come up and creating. I've seen it. We have people here, young, bright mind. We had a former young man who was technology consultant to the ministry. I think he was about 16 or 13 at the time. We have many of those. We had many of those, and he was homeschooled. He was not coming from the traditional high school. His mother homeschooled him, and he was special advisor to the Ministry of Technology. So we have enough persons in the region that we can create our own Silicon Valley. Because Silicon Valley did not just come up just like that. You notice what they did? They make sure they get all the bright mind and centralize it in one area and create a Silicon Valley. We can do things that can benefit our region. Why are we not going on that route?
Solidarity, man. We need solidarity.
Yeah, because they keep on, as Bob said in the song, they say what we know is not what they tell us. Right? And that's what is the thing that keep on holding us, keep us dividing. Whenever as he said in the song, whenever we're going to have some food, our brother have to be our enemy. And that's what the politics have done over the years. As I said, in 1938, the uprising of the common man make his voice be heard. And the political party take advantage of it and create a tribalism. They create a tribal war in this country that I have to give out against my brother. Look at the highest rate of murder took place over politics 40 years ago in this country. And I'm really proud 40 years after we had a political election and no violence took place. It showed that we are maturing, and I wish our people continue to see that dividing us is not good for us. We have to work together in unity for the Caribbean and for this country. We should not be now signing a petition to appeal to the Prime Minister of this country to say, take a second look at what mining is. We are not against mining, but we're saying restore, see to it, put an oversight body that see to it that you leave the place better than how you found it. And let the money trickle down. Make it be a trickle down economy. It can't be a top heavy economy. It can't be an economy where one person is making billions of dollars and then you set the minimum wage of 7,000, less than 100 US per week. And you have an executive making billions of dollars.
I just said that, Teddy.
That's the point of what we're saying.
I just said that about the minimum wages. Are there any plans for that to be raised?
The Ministry of Finance that control is saying that the economy is not buoyant to take an increase at the moment. Right? But what bothers me, it is not buoyant. Right? But before you use something more sustainable over long term, you end up giving away almost 100 US dollars people to say they're going to help as a stimulus thing. My thing is use that money and create some era of employment that can be sustained for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Too much band to our economy. That's the point I'm having. That's the problem that I'm having. You cannot continue to give the peace work just to satisfy. It's like the whole over the years teach a man to fish. Stop giving him fish. Set up a cannery. So the excess fish that you have, you can can it and share it with other people. So my argument is that the too much band-aid approach to the problem in our country. Too much band-aid approach.
True,
That's
true.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, man, a true thing.
We must seriously look at our economy and work and put everybody at the table. Everybody have a voice. Hear what they have to say. Too much time in this country that you are addressing my problem and don't tell me and don't ask me about it. How is it that you're going to buy a shoes for my foot and you don't know what size shoes I wear? And when the carry the shoes come, it squeeze me. It affecting my foot. That's the point I'm saying.
Yeah.
Find out what size shoes I wear and what style I wear that's comfortable for me. Stop buying shoes for me that does not fit my size.
A true thing, man. All of these things need to be addressed, Eddie. And then
Yeah, so we're not
action. And we need
opposed
action.
against the mining. Yeah, we're not opposing the mining. We're not opposing anything for the betterment of the country. Because as we mentioned, we want to have this country ready by 2030, which is 10 years from now, that people can live and work and raise a family in a very conducive atmosphere.
And a better living condition everybody want.
That is it.
That exactly. That's all. Just like we said on the program, what Flavia said, let us build communities rather than build houses.
True.
Yep. Every time.
All right, gents.
That's absolutely our mindset.
That's it for us today.
Yeah.
Hey Teddy,
So-
I want to check out something for me because a friend of mine asked me a couple days ago what really going on. Is there a crime bill or a crime? What them call it now? Is there a crime act? Oh, Jamaica are going fight crime now because he was saying before the election they went on a rampage and what you would call it, curfew and police and giant military operation, and they apprehend a portion of we call it wanted men, and now he's seen the crime rate has spiked to as well in Jamaica again, and nobody seems to be hearing the voice of the
All right, look.
crowd.
All right, just briefly. All right, Jamaica.
That's exactly
Hold
what
on,
I'm
just
saying.
give my point here. Jamaica.
Mm.
Yeah, Jamaica is an island, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not like United States where we have adjoining countries, meaning communities. Jamaica is an island. All right. Anything coming to the island has to come from basically two sources. Here and sea to get to Jamaica where it's located. It's not adjoining to another country. Now, the question I ask myself, persons that are committing crime are not imported people in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we get them as deportee, that means they are Jamaicans, or they are persons who grew up and decide to live a life of crime. My argument is we have to take a very drastic approach to deal with crime. And the only way we can deal with crime is to be one, transparent, and two, accountable. Right? And we are not being accountable, and we're not being transparent, and we're not doing what you call social intervention, and we're not doing. So the four, in my opinion, to address crime situation, one is accountability, two, consequences of action, three, investment, or three, social intervention, and four, investment. So, therefore, persons must be held responsible, meaning the adjudication system in Jamaica, the judicial system in Jamaica must be accountable. So is the police. So, therefore, the delay of justice is deny of justice. So, it must be swift. Justice must be seen served, not to be looked at being served. So the whole judicial system need a overall. The court system need a overall, right? So we include the whole DDP, everybody. It need a overall, which include the police. So therefore, if, for example, this is basic. If I've been charged or been accused of a crime, and then it goes, and you is the person affected. Then you go to the police station, both of us, make a statement. The court is what decide who is right or wrong. So that needs an overall system in terms of investigation, in terms of the information that being fed to the court. So transparency and consequences must be the two key things. Therefore, if persons decide to commit a crime, they know the consequences that is going to. For too long, people are doing crime and it does. There's no deterrent. Nothing. You're talking about a fine. It can't be another fine. So somebody who is then going to do the crime can say, yes, I can pay the money. It shouldn't be that case. It's supposed to be certain deterrent that it even think about doing the crime. He know the consequences of his action. What we are also saying again, social intervention. When something go wrong, there are persons and organizations and agencies need to come in and address certain things that affect, because crime is a trickle down effect. When something go wrong, it affects so persons. Investment. We need to put back investment as a way of giving persons an alternative. We allow that young be more lucrative than education and also skill. When you make somebody who is a gang member can make more money and have a better lifestyle than somebody is earning, what does that say? You're feeding into crime.
Exactly. That's what seems to be happening. Anyway, we have to end right here, sir, gentlemen.
So yeah.
So
well, like I said, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure. We talk on Monday morning, and like we said to persons, we are here to share our opinion, and not everything that we say is gospel, but we're, like I said, give us feedback. Tell us how you feel about it, and like I said, we can solve the problem of crime in Jamaica. We don't need no outside help. We know who are the perpetrators. We were in classroom with them. They live in our community.
True.
So we know where they are. They don't take plane and run out of the country and take ship and go away. They are right here with us. So let us start.
You're absolutely right, man.
On that note, yeah, man. All right, and thanks again for having me on the program.
We thank you too. All right.
Yeah, man. Flavor, take care.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes, Flavius. So that was Teddy with the really current news going on in Jamaica. And so, my people, we come to an end again. We thank you for being here with us as well. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, share it, and at the same time, tell a friend to tell a friend that the Real Stuff Podcast is on. So until tomorrow, when we get to do it all over again,
Yep.
we're going to ask Lubafu to get us out with our Father. You have anything to say, Flavius?
No, man, no.
All right.
You lead us so full of. You belong far away away. Ajugwala lebobu seru. Lida mua, lida sumpula. Lida mua, lida sumpula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away myself. I fi take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Shorty I clean where I ease. I said, yeah. I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play you, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
Clean bare heels. I said, been there, done that, don't need it again, yeah. I'm not a masochist who won't play your game, yeah. To all you move, you off me way to the core. Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.